Appreciate you, Coach. Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go, set, 8, read. 58, right there. Let's go. Check 52. Head up.
They'll run on first down. McFarland, he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
They can't hang with us. Shoot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. McFarland, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
On the set.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long, an early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on.
That's caught inside the 20.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go. 15-lining.
On first down, Evans. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten to stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touch.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked picked off at the 39. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 38. Back to throw. Herbert. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Getting the sense Charles are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he's got this down to the 35. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
50 play.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the Bears' 36-yard line.
Hey, Haywood. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Here we go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert, he sets to fire deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Herbert. And that is incomplete.
And what would the dime look that time on defense? Just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead moves to 10-zip. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get them much, maybe a yard, and that's all. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear 1st down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. from Viking territory now. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Martinez to throw again. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield.
Well, enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now this is fielded in the end zone, so a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over at their own 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll give it here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 8.
Alpha.
To throw on 3rd down. Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete. They had points on their first 2 possessions, a touchdown and a field goal, but this time defense stands strong.
Would you say that things maybe are trending now in the right direction for them?
Better than drives 1 and 2.
There's no doubt about it. Now maybe they can exhale a little bit, gather themselves, and really get back into this game.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a handoff here to his running back. call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long...
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Ready? And logo.
They'll run on 1st down. McFarland. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. On 2nd down, McFarland. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. And keep your eye on that man. 4 sacks last week, 1 there here in the 2nd quarter. He can be so disruptive.
So what was he doing in the 1st quarter? What was going on?
Took a nap.
I think he tried to lull him to sleep a little bit. Like, yeah, okay, maybe you've got me this week. No longer. And you know, with the 4 sacks last week, it's obvious he gets his in flurries.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Had no command that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Martinez. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down. No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. A pretty good-looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. 2nd and 1. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A big play there. with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit, because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. A gain there of 21 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off play action. Herbert. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
90, Wolf. Hey, lock it. Watch his flat. Watch his flat. Watch his flat. Watch his flat. Oh, go.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle them up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to sift through.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and that'll make it 3rd down. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. John Ross, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Eluding the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Ready, set. 57, Mike. Wow. You got it, sir. 57, come on.
On first down, Martinez. He finds his target. It's Evans. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a second down.
To number 30. Out of bounds just past midfield.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Run you over. Mark 55.
Looking to throw. Martinez. Wilson's got it complete. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 42 yards out. And this one is right through. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it is.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Alert, yep. Nice 7, let's go. Check Mike, come on, D.
Back to throw. Martinez. And this is caught by Evans.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Watch 57. Ready.
To throw is Martinez. Operating from the gun. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially the skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit. Let them catch their breath.
They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
On the ready. Throw out. Here we go. Let's go.
On 3rd down, McFarland. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
Ready? 50 or. Check 26. Check 26. Ready. On
1st down, McFarland. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 19-yard.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Rush in.
They'll try the left side. McFarland, they're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert, and that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Martinez now throwing on 1st down, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Here's Martinez throwing again. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And it's complete. Henry, 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Martinez. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever is trying...
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And his guys will take over at the 20. 5-yard line.
His guys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Going left side here, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Back to throw. Martinez. And caught by Henry. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Martinez. From the gun, he'll throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Gill. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on first. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Buying time to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning of that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Check. Kill. Team spill. Go.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. And his throw here's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
On second down now, McFarland. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. 3 quarters have come and gone. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Off the play fake. Herbert. Matthew Ioannidis in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection.
Oh, they're on him too quick. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are back within a single score. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On third down, Herbert. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
That's around 27-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. The Bears on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And an alley to run. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
First down, Chicago.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll try the left side. Evans. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Try to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, Herbert. And that is incomplete. The defense did their job. 4th quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it, because the offense has been yelling at them from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Martinez looking to throw on 2nd down. Complete. It's Henry. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on 1st down. It's Evans. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And again, this time to the tailback.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's third down.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Touchdown. 66. Throw it high. Switch high. Jump.
On 3rd down, it's Evans. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
A 47-yard attempt.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
It's now 4th down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, Herbert. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously.
With believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back.